So if people say very, so rich, okay, rich is very relative. Hotelier, I think I will consider myself more in marketing and branding than being a hotelier, because I also do not like the part that one brand owns different, one hotel company has different brands and they are running it for years and years. Now let's look at iPhone. Show me one Apple shop where you can still buy iPhone 4, iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
None.
None.
No.
So how come the brands for last 20 and 30 years are still going on and more brands are being added in the hospitality? When you have the ability to add another brand to your portfolio, you should have the courage to discontinue the old brand also.
Yeah, I don't think people have that courage to do it because it's a making money machine. Why would you?
So it was a money making machine, and COVID-19, sorry you are taking the interviews, but I'm taking it in a very different direction.
Right.
But COVID-19 is going to come with a lot of corrections.
Right.
And I don't want to go back to 2020, so I start from February 2021. The corrections that is going to take place in 2021 is we are thinking of revenge spending. We are talking about traveling.
Yeah.
We are talking about everything will be back to normal soon because the vaccine has come. Now it has got three different things which we are not looking at. First is ethical diplomacy. Ethical diplomacy is the vaccine in every country is done in stages. Frontline workers, then the old people, then the baby boomers, then will come the millennials.
Right.
Millennials are sacrificing to let baby boomers, old people and the frontline workers take the vaccine. Can you imagine when some people are taking that sacrifice and suddenly after getting the vaccine done, these people start traveling all over the world and other people cannot? Is it ethical? And today the world is about ESG, environment, social and governance. It doesn't qualify in none of the three categories. Number two, moving forward, we are talking about vaccine. A country is safe only till the time 70% of its population is vaccinated. At the current rate, it is going to take more than 5 years for the whole world to get vaccinated. Even we double the effort, is 2.5 years. Third thing, the plane needs a lot of spare parts replacement before it can fly.
Right.
They can be ready in 6 months. What about the pilots? They are rusty pilots.
Right.
They have not been flying. So all these factors put together, we need to learn to adapt a model for millennials, a model for the new world, a model which people can relate to, whether domestically or internationally. And I think Lebua is ready with that model. And if you ask me who's your competition, I would always have said that in the past, that it is Louis Vuitton, Hermes and Gucci. But today, I think I have to be a little bit modest and we should admit who our competitor is. We have only one brand in the world which can compete with us, which is called Fena. Fena Hotel has got.
That's in the US, right?
Miami and
Argentina.
Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
So that's the only one brand that can actually compete with us. There's no other brand.
Well, interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Why is Fena? Because it's very, very edgy, very different than you, I think.
No, but it has all. See, it is not about edgy or not edgy. It is about how it relates to its people. How we look at a brand and our customers who are spending money are looking at tells us where people will go. People go there for fun. People go there for celebration. It has great restaurants. It's got great bars. It has that flow of champagne that keeps on flowing in. That is very natural, and that is what Lebua is all about. Everything is very natural. At Lebua, nothing is pretentious. Everything is natural.
Okay, I'm going to come back to that.
Sure, you can.
Okay, first of all, if you don't know Fena is a group based in Miami and Buenos Aires in Argentina, founded by these two gentlemen in the US, and now it's VC partnership with Accor, which is I'm also interested where it would go from there. Now back to the not pretentious Lebua.
Yeah.
Do you think people don't think that it's pretentious coming to Lebua and spending, I don't know, 3,000 baht for a cup of coffee?
Buying Birkin, is it pretentious?
It's a reward.
So coming to Lebua is a reward for your hard work.
Okay. So it's not pretentious, it's a reward.
It's a reward.
Yeah, and if you can afford, I don't know, 100,000 baht bottle champagne.
That's okay, that's one of the highest, 100,000 Thai baht is highest. We have cheaper ones also. But that's not the point at what price point you're buying. Okay, we can say that, oh, this is so expensive. We should look at what you're getting.
Right, okay.
Okay, so if I have to correlate, we have just started a delivery brand called Lutetia by Lebua. We're serving Indian food.
Oh, you're the one that I didn't get, by the way.
Okay, now Lutetia by Lebua, which sells croissants, we sell, I'm told, it's not been verified, I'm told we serve the cheapest croissant. So my team came to me that we are serving the cheapest croissant, can we increase the price? I said, how can we increase the price? We are making the profit that we normally make. So if it is cheap, then it is cheap. And it's the same way our champagnes and our food is there. Now I give you another correlation that if you go to any hotel brand in the world, ABC or XYZ, whatever the hotel brand is, okay, and they're better than us, if not equal, we respect them. But the way of doing things are a little bit different. So their brand name on a bottle of champagne would be there, which is very good. But that would be the cheapest champagne in this stable. For us, if Lebua has to put its name, we just don't put the name. We have a champagne with Paris. We went to France. We spent time with the cellar master. Almost a week, and the guy was with me from morning until night. And the poor guy couldn't run, but he was following me in the jeep. Everything is just to understand where we're coming from, what we are doing. He came to Bangkok, looked at the weather, looked at the guests, everything. And then after a year, the champagne came.
Okay. So it's really get into detail what people want and then to create a product that people want. Really get into that.
So we always get into detail. We always do enough research. And we do something. Show me a place where money cannot buy everything.
Actually, no.
There are many. And Lebua is one. Because you can pay the money for the champagne.
Right.
But the experience that comes by drinking that and enjoying and listening to that story is priceless.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So to sum that up, just to create something, you create something memorable. Something that...
Okay, we create something and people when they take it, they make it memorable.
Right.
So we are creating something and it's our customers which makes it memorable.
But okay, in the business perspective, is that sustained? How many people in this whole world that would have that money to, reward themselves with expensive champagne or a great cup of coffee or things like that, especially during this time? Would it be something like it's one time off? Go to Lebua one time and then come back again, I don't know, after 10 years or whatever, because we don't have money to do that.
A very, very fair question. Now, I don't know how to answer that, but I'll answer that with two examples. We have one champagne and we sell at our 18 square meter more bottles than whole of Singapore inclusive of duty free. That is one.
How much is it?
I think it's not so expensive, around $2,000 plus.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have Hangover Teeny cocktail at our Sky Bar. Now there was an article in one of international publication, because I don't have the sources to confirm that. So I'm just reading that line out from that article. It said that Sky Bar at Lebua sells more Hangover Teeny than whole of Singapore sells at Singapore Sling.
Wow.
And it is only sold at Sky Bar.
Right.
That Hangover Teeny. So I don't know how much there's a truth element there or people have stopped having Singapore Sling. I have no idea. Now coming to the third point, that will people have that kind of money? Now I will answer that in a different way. Among the millionaires in the world, and this is factual, 1.8 trillion has been added to their wealth in last 10 months.
In last 10 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
In last 10 months, that is where when the pandemic is, 1.8 trillion US dollar has been added to that wealth. So saying that people do not have money is not a right statement to make.
True.
Second thing.
Probably not.
Second thing, Lebua is not a brand only about rich. These are few things that we keep at that price. Lebua is a brand. It's like Amis. You don't want to buy Birkin, perfectly fair. Come and take the scarf.
Yeah.
We have cocktails. The kind of cocktails we make, the kind of people behind the counter who's making that cocktail, the kind of glassware we are making, the kind of research we do is an unbelievable. So you are getting the whole experience.
Right.
Now, I think it will be unfair to compare Zara with Louis Vuitton when it comes to pricing. So that'll be my answer.
Another thing that's very interesting when you talk about concept, you don't compare your brand at all with other hotel brands. You compare your brand with other luxury retail brands, which I don't know. I've never heard someone say that before. So it's crazy to compare your hotel with fashion brand or watches or cars.
So there's a reasoning behind that, but just for a correction, I just compared myself with Faina brand.
Yeah,
that is the first hotel brand in the world.
Yeah.
I've compared. But the reason we compare ourselves with the watches brand or with the luxury hotel brands is because we are an organization which works on improvisation and consumer trends and innovation also. And hospitality per se has not been so innovative.
That's true.
We have copied the airlines when it comes to revenue per available seat, converted into revenue per available room. Comes about sous vide cooking has become a trend in most of the restaurants all over Europe. Yeah. Then came the in-flight entertainment. We started putting television. I think many of our colleagues may not even know there was time that the luxury hotels had only one bathroom at the end of the corridor. There were no TV, there were no this thing. It all has been added. Four Seasons was the first hotel company to add bathrooms to its hotel room. Ritz-Carlton was the first company to add television to its hotel rooms. Lebua is the first hotel company to add al fresco dining on its terrace.
So it's best to actually look outside of industry, I think, to compare.
No, I won't say that you should look outside the industry. We only look at our customers. If our customers spend more time at Gucci than at any other hotel, we have to look at Gucci.
Right. Okay.
So that's the reason we look at these international brands, and because this is the customers we have to bring. So I have to compete that they don't go and buy a purse. Because yesterday my team was telling me that there are 3 tables that commented that, I'm bringing you to Mezzaluna rather than buying you a Gucci bag.
Right.
So that was the biggest compliment we could ever get. And the lady was very happy, visibly delighted also.
Wow. Another thing I want to ask, when you started this position with this hotel, I was always thinking, you're so lucky that the owner let you do all this crazy stuff. How do you convince them?
Okay, I didn't convince them. The owner is very kind. She is behind.
Yeah.
And she gave me that independence to come out in the front.
Right.
It doesn't mean she's not part of it. We discuss everything. Everything happens. There's a protocol and everything. I think I'm fortunate enough to work with them and come out in the front.
Right.
Which of course we would say. We also say that Lebua is a very different brand and our owners are very different. You will never find owners like that, at least in Asia.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because nobody will hire a crazy guy. You already called me hashtag crazy.
Yeah. So, but okay, reverse that question. If it wasn't for this owner and this hotel brand, what kind of Deepak would you be?
Deepak, you can then relate to Deepak working somewhere like any other person and still aspiring to find an owner like this to create his name.
Yeah. So you will still be crazy anyway.
Will be crazy, but in a very limited manner.
Yeah. So it's very important to have someone that can actually.
It's always important.
Yeah, partner with you. I think I would say the word partner.
Partner or give support or a unconditional, I would say, exposure. Because if you see my life before Lebua, it's not that I have not traveled, but the kind of travel I've done, what I have learned, what I've experienced, I think it is thanks to Lebua. I would say my colleagues also, they let me travel also. There was never an element of jealousy, my owners. So it is a combination of all that made me look good.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a contribution to the brand Deepak today, I think.
Maybe the reason was that my team thought that, he will come and interfere in our work. Let him do the press interviews.
Let's just go. let's just get him out of here. So talk about F&B already. What about hotels? Hotels not very stand out here, is it?
No, it is standout, but then we don't want to make, see, we have to go with the city. So I'll give you, it's a very good question you've asked. So I'll give you 4 examples. The hotel is not standout, I completely agree. But then show me a hotel which stand out and give its owners the return on the money.
I don't know.
We can make that same, make that same hotel and spend extra money, but will we be able to give that money back to the owner? So the average room rate in this city has started going up in last 2 years. And I think thanks to Waldorf Astoria and Rosewood when they came in. These 2 hotel companies, when they came in, the room rate started going up.
Yeah.
Before that, whatever the room rate that was going up was because the room rate was going up, but the occupancy was not going up. Right. So let's take a neutral metrics and we will use RevPAR for that example. I think the RevPAR started, the city started seeing the RevPAR going up, but still not to the level of the investment that has been put into the room. That brings me to another point that we'll see post-COVID, that the asset management in next 10 years would be a very different kind of asset management. Okay. Because hotel has been a business of, oh, I'm a real estate guy, I have this land, I'll do a hotel. Now, it was a business which was done out of instinct, it was a business that was done out of craziness, but now it will be a business that will be done based on economics. The new 5-star hotel that will come will see a different kind of investment in it. Okay. Coming back to this point, you said that hotel is not great. Our hotel is.
I didn't say it's not great.
It's not up to that level. Yeah. So we will say our hotel is even at a very high level. Look at Raffles Hotel refurbishment in Singapore. How much money they have spent? I'm told to tune of $250 million US. And after spending that kind of money, they couldn't even do any of the signature restaurants themselves. And that group has got so many hotels all over the world, so much of food and beverage, but that a iconic hotel, 3 signature restaurants are outsourced. So hotel is not about only doing restaurants. Hotel is about creating an image. A woman, when she dresses and the way she walks, she creates an image about herself. The rest of the things comes later on. And I think Lebua has been able to create this image. And you know what is our image? We did it with our 2 hands.
Wow, okay, that's great. So now I forgot what I was going to ask. Just drawn into your passion about hotels. So do you have any plan though to make your hotels on par with your restaurants?
Okay, I have a different plan.
Can you share?
Yeah, so these plans were put on hold. So we are going to come, hopefully if nobody comes, but it's already out in press. Hopefully we still, in case if it comes and the government starts the alcohol and maybe the business improves, we'll come with the first floating day club in the world.
Floating?
Day club. We almost signed.
What is it? It's like a pool party?
No, not pool party. It is a floating, meaning it will be a boat that will float on the Chopaya River, which will have pool, which will have a beach, which will have DJs, which will have cabanas, which will have 2 or 3 restaurants.
But it will be in the river.
On the river.
With a platform.
With a platform floating.
Oh, wow.
So
you're crazy.
Yeah, okay. so you called me that. So that is one thing. Second thing is we have plans to refurbish 3 floors which will come as a sky suites. So
like a duplex.
Maybe triplex also.
Yeah.
Okay, so a sky suite, that will be a very different level of image that we'll be bringing in. Just to tell people that if it comes to spend money, Lebua doesn't shy. You look at our chef table, that is our newest edition, and the pink bar. It clearly shows that we have actually over a period of time have improved. And in chef's table, we have done 3 things very first in the world. There are many chef's kitchen, and there are many people who go and sit in the kitchen and eat with the chef.
Yeah.
But you know what we have done at chef table? We got the whole restaurant in the kitchen.
Yeah, it is true. We've done that. It was amazing.
So we got the whole restaurant in the kitchen. Second thing, first time we have done the exhaust system, and that was the innovation and invention, and a lot of engineers and professors of top engineering school got involved, that we used vapor-free system, meaning ladies like you who wear expensive clothes, people who wear suits, There's no food smell or particle while you're eating in the kitchen, because it's the restaurant in the kitchen. And third is, if you notice the lights, we have done those light crystals. That is again done first time. So we have added 3 first in that, and the whole game was, when we started this restaurant, we said we want it to be at a level of the world in terms of international cuisine. And you call us crazy. Actually, it should not be Deepak Ohri #crazy. It should be Lebua #crazy, because we are the hotel. Show me a hotel which has got 2 French restaurants and 2 champagne bars. No. We have that. We have Flute as a champagne bar. We have Pink as a champagne bar. We have Mezzaluna as a French restaurant. We have Chef Table as a French restaurant. And you know what? All these 4 places are full.
Do you make money with that champagne bar?
No, we don't make money, but we make huge amount of profit.
Okay.
There are 2 different things, making money and profit. We are at Lebua, if we do not make profit and there's no return on capital, we don't work.
Okay. Because, I know a lot of, there are places that have champagne bar and it didn't work. For so many reasons, maybe because Thais don't drink champagne. Back then, they didn't probably know about champagne too much, and maybe the location wasn't right. But then when you started your Pink bar, I was like, this guy is crazy.
So, I was told by the lady, our PR girl, Pyengtom, that please do not argue with the people who are interviewing you. But here, I will a little bit contradict with you, Wimintra.
Yes.
Thai people in Asia knows about their wine, their whiskey, their champagne in Asia.
Right.
Better than any city or any country of Asia.
Oh wow, okay. So I didn't know that. See, I learned something.
If you ask a normal Thai person who's having wine, he can tell you about the grapes and how it is grown and everything. Their knowledge of Thai people when it comes to alcohol and food, which is French food more than Thai food, of course Thai food they know because they grow with that, is very high.
Oh wow, okay. So you've done your research before you started that bar, obviously.
Yes.
I didn't, sorry.
So not sorry. It's just that people thought that you can't induce Thai people to come outside and drink champagne. There's always a beginning. We begin the trend. Let others follow. Because that's another thing at Lebua what we do. We always start the trend.
Yeah. So I want to know about that. Like what goes into your thought process before you start anything?
Netflix, Amazon Prime and Hollywood plus Bollywood. Combination of 4. I watch a lot of movies.
So creativity.
The biggest creativity you get from the movies.
Okay. So before you even start Pink champagne or your floating party, whatever, like what is your thought process? Like how do you go through all this journey and decided one day that, okay, I'm going to do this?
I was watching a old Hollywood movie and there were people in a pool with a platform dancing and drinking and they were enjoying.
Yeah.
And it impressed me so much that I also opened a bottle of champagne and started drinking champagne while watching the movie, and next year this floating day club idea came.
Oh my God.
That's how it is.
Power of champagne.
It's not power of champagne, it's the power. Okay, now many people watch movies, so there's one word.
Yeah.
Means, normally when people do stunts, they said please do it under supervision.
Yeah.
So there's a warning I'm adding is correlation is a key in life. You should be able to correlate. If you have the ability to correlate, it's the most easiest thing to understand what customer wants. So in this whole thing, correlation is a key. I do teach behavioral science, and behavioral science people say, oh, you talk very well. Behavioral science is a science, and it comes with formulas.
Right.
And you correlate. It's a lot of stats. You correlate. There's inversely proportional, directly. All those kind of things will come. And sometimes my colleague asks, how come you're good in maths? That's one good thing I did in my childhood, that I never failed in maths and I always excelled. And it is helping me even today.
Right, okay.
See, you talked about the hotel. Now let me tell you another thing about the hotel which we never spoke about.
Okay.
And I completely agree with you. Our hotel is not at that level where our food and beverage should be.
Right.
It's a fact. I'm not going to deny that. But we still get to win Condé Nast Reader's Choice Award, Travel and Leisure Award, and many other awards. You know why? We knew, because the hotel is what we inherited, our weakness. It's not bad place to stay. Yeah. But you know what we did? What? And why people still come and stay in that property, and we still during this time, not discounting, we surrounded our property with the service and management of processes. Our service is so good,
right.
Our processes are so good that it is completely unbelievable. We're talking about privacy. You come and stay in our hotel. You may even have 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom suites that we have, and you order a morning cup of coffee. We are not going to enter your room at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning. Even for that level, even if I'm staying, I won't appreciate people entering my room because morning time is my privacy time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want to be private.
Right. Okay. So, okay, hotel will come. You agree that it's not up there, but then you will do something about it, right? You're gonna.
We have already done about it. The service, but we are upgrading the product also.
Upgrading the product. So that will be something that make. Would that be a new change for Lebua?
No, not change, because whatever we do, we still do not want to think about going above 5,500 Thai baht average room rate,
okay.
Because that's where the bulk of the business in this city is. So you see, the city is very different. People spend 5,500 or 6,000, that is the average room rate in a luxury segment, and the same customer is spending per day, including breakfast is free in all the hotels, lunch and dinner, you know how much? 30,000 baht.
Yeah. Right.
So where's major chunk of money comes from? You have the answer.
Yeah. So I remember a few years ago, I was moderating this panel discussion, and one of the CEOs told me, like, you'd be crazy to do your own F&B outlets because you're not making money, but I guess you prove everyone wrong. And maybe this is why people don't like you so much, because you're right. People
like or don't like, it's their perspective. The point is, I have to ensure that my owners like me.
Yeah.
So I stay in the job.
Yeah. So and it works. So your F&B outlets work. It's actually.
I think food and beverage is, I would say, is where most of the time is spent. Everyone who works at Lebua, because hotel at the end of the day is very easy.
Is it?
Fill up the rooms is the most easiest thing in the world.
Oh wow. Okay.
So if I was in the beginning a GM of a hotel by default, but until today, if somebody tells me, do you know how to operate Fidelio? I don't know.
Right.
Okay, I don't know how to operate Fidelio or the Opera. I don't know all this thing. Micros also I don't know how to operate. So my point is that hotel is very easy because you got OTAs, it's relationship business. Okay, then you have got your own website. It's a technical business. Then half the things the world has made it easy for you, which is artificial intelligence. So it's a cocktail. So it is, how do you fill up your hotel room? OTA plus website plus artificial intelligence plus 5% of your own intelligence.
Right.
So you need 5% of your intelligence. So if you use 5% of your intelligence, your hotel rooms are full. Where do you use your 95% of intelligence? Create food and beverage brands, because that's where the gap is.
Okay.
So if your hotel is making $200 million profit, why can't you increase that by another $200 million and work on your food and beverage?
But because food and beverage are not easy.
Why?
Okay, let's take a look at this city, for example. You've seen a lot of restaurants as a miss and hit. I was told that it's not the easiest business to be in.
How many people have hit and run accidents, or they have accidents every day?
Yeah.
I'm asking, car accidents.
I don't know, a lot. In Thailand, it's a lot.
A lot? It doesn't mean that people don't know how to drive. Does it mean?
Yeah, true. Like we have the #1 hit death in the world.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean that people don't know in Thailand how to drive, right?
Yeah.
So people know how to drive. So if some mistakes people do, it doesn't signify that it is difficult. There are how many hotels don't close because there's a lot of money that has gone, but how many hotels always decide before opening that I'll be selling my room at $100, end up selling at $30.
There's a lot of those.
So it's same as food and beverage.
So what is the secret then?
Secret is just keep on trying. Means we are sitting here, we have seen our failures. Means a success.
But nobody actually get to see it, right? Because
people always see failures. At least I remember my failures.
Okay.
You know why I remember my failures? So that I do not commit the same mistake again. But I still do a lot of mistakes. And combination of mistakes put together, a little bit of learning and a little bit of ambition is a successful business.
I think ambitious is the key. You just need to have that drive to get you going. Otherwise, you just give up.
persistence is a key.
Yeah.
Ambition has to be there, and then trust and respect.
Right. From the peer as well, I think. The community.
And one should know why you're doing this journey. Everyone always has asked me this question except you, that how you did that journey.
Yeah.
The point is why I did this journey. I did this journey because I wanted to be where I am today.
Right.
That's why I did that journey.
That's a sign, behavior, something that needs to, get into your brain. Another thing that I got asked from someone before we did this interview is very, I don't know if it's controversial, but the reason why you didn't accept the award from 50 best bars and restaurants, why is that? What is the strategy behind that?
There was no strategy. It was.
You just didn't like it.
No. It's not that. I mean, I'm not saying who am I to say I don't like or I dislike. The point is that we don't believe in those awards.
Okay.
So we don't believe in those awards for whatever reason, and that's why we didn't want to participate in that. And that's not the only award we didn't participate. I think there are 20 awards we didn't participate in, and it is one of them.
Okay, and then but Michelin, you got the Michelin star for Chef's Table.
Yes, we got Michelin. We are the
but
only.
You accept that?
Michelin is an institution.
Oh, so you pick who you want to associate?
No, I don't pick. But Michelin is an institution. Michelin pick who they want to give or who they don't want to give.
Right.
So we accept. Michelin is an institution. We never said no to Condé Nast. We never said no to Michelin. We never said no to Travel and Leisure. I still remember a long time back somebody showed me a Condé Nast magazine, and they had a full page ad of a hotel, and next to that ad they were criticizing that hotel. So I like that power of editorial independence of Condé Nast.
Okay. And so do you say though that maybe you said it's not a strategy, but I can see it. Is this part of your branding strategy though, that you will only associate your brand with something that you believe in and not just to commercialize yourself?
Okay, I'll put it in a more refined manner. We believe in institutions.
Right.
And that's it.
Well, that's what I just said.
To become one institution, we need to believe in other institutions.
True. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I get to sit with you today.
Thank you.
Because it means that maybe we like each other.
Definitely.
Okay. Another thing, one thing that you mentioned earlier as well, that you don't see yourself as a hotelier. I know you were joking, but just get me thinking about the future hiring for hoteliers or people that work in hotel. Do you think it's important to have other skill rather than, managing people, learning to manage rooms? You just said filling rooms are easy. What are other skills that do you think hoteliers should get? As part of my mission this year, I want to make the hotelier sexy again.
Okay.
And I did.
So I'll tell you something, and not trying to flatter you here. The biggest quality for hoteliers that they need anywhere in the world is admitting our own mistakes.
Right.
Now, last year we put a post on our IG that our staff is cleaning the windows and our housekeeping staff is mopping the floor. And I saw your LinkedIn post that if we want to encourage the young generation to come into these, is it necessary to put photographs like that? And that was such an eye-opener. And we spoke about that in the meeting. Right. So it was very refreshing to see from your point of view, which is very accurate. So what is it we are trying to do? By putting these people's photograph, are we encouraging a dignity of work, or are we discouraging the younger generation to come in? So it was a great thing that you brought to our notice. So that is admitting that.
Right.
Second thing is we at Lebua, not trying to say at Lebua we do everything right, but we did this thing very right during the crisis. When the war happens, we always need our soldiers. But when there's no war, we don't fire them. Yeah. During COVID, it was an act of war against the invisible enemy, which was killing most of us. And we kept every soldier, every commander of Lebua intact, whether it is New Zealand, India, or Thailand.
Did you?
We didn't fire even a single employee until today. So we kept that intact. So that is first thing we did. Second thing, today 1.8 billion people worldwide are sitting on the edge. I don't know exact percentage, how many of them are working from home. Others don't know whether they will be retained. So 1.8 billion, which is half of workforce of the world, is at the edge, don't know whether they have the future. So what this COVID has done, which none of the two world wars did, is creating a huge level of insecurity. And I'm speaking in May at one very prestigious conference in Singapore on this topic, that the manpower in the future, where we're thinking that, oh, let's fire people at the right time, we'll hire them, nobody is going to get the right people. You know, because that is what is going to happen. By firing people, what we are doing is we already have a crisis of COVID-19. We are going to start a new crisis which will be far much bigger than a COVID-19, that is a social crisis. Never before in the developed world we had seen people coming onto the street, that is in some part of Europe, and talking against these lockdowns and everything. Also, when many people have said that Zoom has come and it will take away the corporate travel, of course corporate travel will go away for a shorter period of time, not because of Zoom, but because the loss the companies have done and the loss funding these companies have done, to recoup some part of that money, they will do essential travel only. But you know, with Zoom comes loneliness. Working from home adds to the loneliness, however strong a person is. And even Lonely Planet has stopped publishing their book, so loneliness is not what we should be looking at.
No, yeah. So you're very positive that we'll come back normal.
Oh, I'm very positive, but I'm also saying that coming back normal is going to take another 3 years. For 3 years, if anyone is thinking that they'll be normal, they have to brace themselves, because they are fooling themselves. It's a strong statement I'm making, but it is a factual. But luxury business is based on you and me, the way we are sitting and interacting.
Right.
There's a huge difference, because I can see your emotions. Of course, Zoom screens and D10.3, everything is very good, but it is still not going to take away that one essential thing we fight in the world is loneliness. Because that will be the third crisis.
Right.
So there won't be a third crisis of loneliness. People will travel, people will meet, corporates will also travel, but it will take some time.
Right.
And that's the biggest learning we have got out of this COVID.
Right.
And
so that back to my question about the skill that
skilled labor would be very difficult to find. If anybody needs skilled labor, they want high quality management, hire now. Because
hire now? Where's the money?
Find the money. Because you can find the money, but you will not find the people later on.
Right. But that's easy, right? To say find the money. I think in a lot of hotels or a lot of places, their monies are not easy to find. Or is it?
Money is, okay, I'm not saying money is easy to find, but what I'm trying to say is everything in life is relative.
Yeah.
It's easier to find money than to find good people.
It's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe it's true.
So if anyone is thinking of firing anyone, they should stop firing.
Right.
Because good people are never going to come so easy.
It is true. So the quality of the hoteliers or CEO that you mentioned that they should have is admitted the mistakes, which is very rare, because comes with a higher position, comes with bigger ego.
No, I disagree. If you see in any organization, the top position admit the mistake faster than the mid-level position.
Okay, the mid-level. Okay.
So mid-level is what needs a admittance to the mistakes. Never the low level or at the top level. No, I disagree there. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's good to, from your experience, you probably have experienced it. Right? So, okay, that's good. Do we have questions?
More comments than questions. One coming in just now saying, that's great if you have the resources to be able to not fire anybody, but most properties out there are not in that position.
Okay, my comment to that would be, you need a thought process for that more than the resources. You need a will, because firing people is easier than keeping people. It requires strong will, strong mind to retain the people. And you can do things collectively. I said we didn't fire people. I never said we never reduced salaries.
Right.
We did it collectively. We said we will not fire anyone. Let's work together.
Right.
And let's climb the steps together.
Can you show me, share with us some examples of what you've done with your staff so in order to not firing them, like reduce the days, working days?
We started reducing the days, but we were the first one who saw that crisis is going to be staying here for a little bit longer than what people were projecting.
Yeah.
Then we had work councils. We have people who are team leaders. We made smaller groups, try to understand with the people how we should look, and everybody said that no, we love Lebua, we don't want to go. And then I said, let's work and revolve around this. So in month of March, we have all our team got together. It required 1 month of brainstorming, I think 32 meetings, and we agreed to reduce the salary, not from the top management, from the teams.
Okay.
And they came to us, let's do this. They came to us with the solution. But the one commitment the whole team wanted was not to fire a single employee. So it was not the management decision. Management said, let's do this, and the employees worked around.
Oh wow, so it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's always a team effort. It's never a one-man effort.
Okay. So
It's
you call everyone and said, okay, we're not going to fire everyone, but this is the effort that we will have to put into.
I said, we and the owner don't want to fire anybody. Let's find a solution.
Right.
They came with a solution.
Another question.
Yeah.
You've been fortunate to be in a position where your owner has faith in you. What if a hotelier is working with an owner that doesn't buy into your solution? How do you tackle that?
It's the same question. I'll put it in another question. How many wives have faith in their husbands and how many wives have no faith in the husband? It depends on a husband's behavior and his relationship with the wife that can create a faith in the wife or create not enough faith. So owners, if they don't have the faith in the management, it's the management job to create that level of faith in the owner by giving the results to them. It doesn't come overnight. It comes over a period of time. It is always a two-way street. It has never been a one-way street.
So you have to deliver to build the trust.
Otherwise, how will trust come? Tell me. Tell me a husband-wife. A husband is flirting and the wife will have faith?
Yeah. But do you think that's the case, though? Because I've interviewed, I've worked in the industry and I've heard from like asset management companies or brands and things like that. The comment about owners always so hard. They think they know what they do and they don't.
That's the first fundamental mistake. Never discuss your owner in public forum.
Especially with the media.
Okay, that's even a bigger mistake.
Yeah.
But you never discuss your owner in an open perspective. That's a sign of immaturity. I won't say even weakness. Point number two, if the owner is asking, think about it and find a solution and work towards it. That's it.
Okay.
It's easy.
But what if, like that question, what if the owner is just not buying into your dreams and vision? Like maybe some guys out there also have a hashtag crazy rich hotelier, but don't have that opportunity to, demonstrate.
How many rooftop restaurants are there?
A lot. Too many.
In Bangkok?
Too many.
More than 46.
Yeah.
Show me one which does 50% of the revenue what Sirocco does. One.
Above 11?
No.
I'm saying that.
50%.
Yeah.
So I have told you my answer.
Okay.
Show me one hotel in the world which did the world's most commercially expensive dinner of $25,000 plus per person and was full house.
How did you come up with this crazy like numbers and things? Like I know you talk about quality and things like that, but still it doesn't satisfy me as an answer.
People, CNN is on it was on CNN. It was a breaking news because the dinner started at 6. It was 5:55. A Taiwanese guy was with black MX Centurion car and saying, I have the money, why can't you put an extra table for me? We didn't have the space to keep a table for 2 people. We denied $50,000 that evening. Not because CNN could get the footage, but because we didn't have the table. And $25,000 was cheap.
Right.
You know why it was cheap? The kind of wines, the kind of food, the kind of chef. Where in the world you will have so many chefs cooking together, giving you different courses and different kind of wines, different years. We had 61 Chateau Palmer at that point of time. We had Krug, we had Open Romani Con. You have these kind of wines going with the food. Where in the world you will have that experience in a single evening?
Nowhere.
Means you can have, but not a single evening. Because the chefs came from different part of the world. So you need to sit hop into a private jet, go from one restaurant to another. You can open one Romani Conti, then you can open another. So we were giving an experience. We got the whole world together in that 800 square meter restaurant in front of you, only for $25,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
It's the way how you look at the things.
Right. It is. And I don't know how you would convince your owner to do all this, or you come up with all this.
Oh, we did it together.
Yeah.
It was a team effort.
Yeah.
So I'm in the front, but we did it together.
Okay. Is there more? There's okay, one last question that's for me, because like I mentioned earlier, when we told everyone we interviewing you, the projection of you as a brand is like the crazy rich hotelier, right? And there are people talking about you in different directions. How do you actually overcome that lie where you say, I don't care about what people think about me, or what people think about my hotel? I don't care. I just don't give a shit.
It takes time.
Yeah.
First you cry. You always say it doesn't matter, but it matters because you're saying it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
But it takes a little bit period of time, some maturity, and then your own achievements. And your own achievements through institutions like Michelin, Condé Nast Travel and Leisure, that proves people that you are in a very different scale than the rest of them. And that's the answer.
Right. So you're a very strategic person.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Like if you listen through all of the interview, everything is structure.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, your thought process is so structured.
Okay, thanks for the compliment.
Like you can just see, because everything is strategic.
Okay.
Like you just mentioned, you don't accept a certain award because it's not institutional, and then you just said that we'll just have to go through our process of just don't care because you already achieved what the world would expect you to achieve.
That's it.
So it's a very strategy. I think one of the things that, if I may add to this interview, is that having a strategy and a strategic thought process would be very, very important.
That's important for every business.
Yeah, but not everyone. Like, okay, not saying that our respect to hoteliers or business or management. I don't think we have that. I don't think I come that far into my thought process either. But like learning from you, I think that's what business need, especially in hotels.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's how we make hotels sexy again. We need to think. Thinking make people sexy.
Yeah.
Without taking the clothes off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for today. And if you haven't been here, I know that alcohol is not allowed at the moment.
It is going to come soon.
But it will come soon. But try. I know Deepak said is not that expensive, but what is expensive, right?
Nothing in life is expensive. It satisfies you.
It's satisfying. It's satisfaction. It's a reward. It's like going to buy a pair of Jimmy shoe, a Louboutin. It's not expensive. It's rewarding. It's something. It's your hard-earned money, and you deserve it. That's how I see it when I buy expensive stuff.
Thank you.
And it's the same thing with Lebua.
Yes.
It's a destination.
It is, and it is a vertical destination.
Right?
World's first.
It's like if you have that list and you have to take it, and they have like how many F&B outlets?
We have 6 bars, 4 restaurants,
So
but that we're not counting our banquets and the coffee shop in that.
Okay, so like they have a lot of F&B outlets, and they will have more
Coming
in the future. So it's a destination. You have your money, go spend it. And thank you so much for joining us in the hashtag Crazy Rich Hotelier, Deepak. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hotelintel.co. Hotelintel.co